day is finally here, ladies and gentlemen, kiddies and kidlets. I've been promising a video for, I think, 2 months. I talked about it for a month, and then I said, okay, next video is going to be the money one, and that was a month ago. And of course, I got a box, and I'm like a kid on Christmas Day when I get a box. So anyway, I am ready to do the video today. I'm going to do part one, part two. Part one, I'm ready to do what I have into the hobby. Okay, a couple things. This is a 30,000 foot view, and there's not everything that I've spent money on in the hobby on this spreadsheet. Honestly, it would just take too much time to do. But what I did do was go through all the action slots, invoices, and put down every single item I bought. And that will be part two, where I go over, okay, for this, piece of track right here, I have it broken down into the overall, which I'll cover in a second. The cars, scenery, which is buildings and figures, track, which is, part two. I'll say, okay, I bought 4 of the extra long straights, the 584 millimeter straights, right here, and that's a part, Scalextric's part C8505, and for 4 pieces of track I paid 822 baht, or about 205 baht per piece of straight track. What is Scalextric selling that for new? And I will literally go, piece by piece for as many prices as I can find. Electronics, the same thing, the wireless hand controllers. Miscellaneous are little small parts. What do they charge for new bearings? What do they charge for spoilers? Little small, the digital covers to cover the hole in the car if it's not digital, things like that, right? So that will be part two. So part one, once again, do I have the 2 9-foot tables and the lumber for them on here? No. Do I have the fake grass covering on here that I went and bought at a hardware store for, I want to say 7,000 or 8,000 baht, 200 plus US? No. Do I have the power supply on here? 3 of them. I bought 3 power supplies. No. So this number is lower than the amount I've actually put into the hobby in the past, I guess, 6 months it's been. But anyway, this will give you an idea of the budget. If you're new to slot cars, you have one set, you paid 100 US for roughly, and you got 2 cars and a single power pack and a little bit of track. If you want to get bigger, which it seems like everybody has the bug and wants to get bigger, this is what I've put into the track and the cars so far. Now, this is really important when we talk about these numbers, I've got 35 cars. Do you need 35 cars to enjoy the hobby? Hell no. So, and 4 of those cars came with the sets, right? And once again, look at the very first number up here. Sets, 7,000 baht, which is 200 US for 2 sets with 4 cars and 3 power supplies, because the guy had bought another power supply at some point off of eBay, right? So that's enough. That's enough to get started. That's enough to play around with the cars, have fun, race your kids, race friends when they come over, whatever you want to do. Obviously, I went past that, buying the boards, buying the aftermarket power supplies, buying the 1/32 scale cars, metal cars, to put in the parking lot, stuff like that. But anyway, here's the numbers. Basically, this is the 30,000 foot view I was talking about. 7,000 baht. All right, this is all Thai baht for the sets. I bought the Nighthawk brand new on eBay it was 2,000 baht, roughly about $45-50 US. It was 45 British pounds I actually bought it for, but it was then 45 British pounds to ship it, right? So it cost me double because I'm in Thailand, and I break that down too because obviously not everybody's in Thailand. Most of you will be buying the stuff in America, the UK, or Australia. So you're not going to pay those outrageous shipping numbers, and that is why I have column C, shipping, to show you just how much I paid in shipping because I'm in Thailand. You can see one order here, number 6. I paid 2,200 baht, 1,100 baht, or half of that was shipping. So that's ridiculous. It's stupid. I haven't done that again since that part. You see the bigger orders, the 10,000, 16,000, 18,000 orders, and the shipping is not that much more. So that's what I started doing, was buying in bulk from Action. But anyway, adding all those orders up, the sets, the one car I bought brand new, and then all that used stuff I bought from Action, buildings, figures, parts, cars, you're looking at 85,000 Thai baht. But once again, I broke out shipping, and you see it says actual cost. So 21,000 baht of that 85,000 baht was shipping because I'm in Thailand. So the actual cost was 63,000 baht. And then I have it broken down by, I think, the 3 countries that represent most of our users: American dollar, British pound. Yeah, I used American pound for British pound, sorry. And Australia. So that's the numbers. So basically I put $2,388 US into the hobby, which is 1,891 pounds, call it 92 rounded up, and 3,612 Australian dollars. But once again, look at the number right next to it. That's what I paid in shipping. So out of 2,300 US dollars, 600 of it was shipping. Now, once again, there's more not in this spreadsheet than there is in. And for example, I didn't put the customs tax in here. When you watch my prior videos, you'll see, oh, I paid $47 to get this out of customs. That's not in the shipping. So it's an additional probably $500 or $600 dollars just in customs tax I paid. I remember one time it was 80, right? It was $80 just for one shipment. So I would add easily $600 to that $2,388. Call it $3,000 just adding in the custom stuff, not adding in the tables, the power supplies, the static cars, the wiring, the terminals, all that extra stuff I bought, the toolbox, the tools to work on the car, the wrenches, the little small Allen screws, all that, adds up. I'd add probably another $100, if not 2 on top of that. So somewhere north of 3,000, south of 4,000. Okay, cars. Now, once again, you go, wow, you effing idiot, you spent $1,700, on this stuff. Not even, well, you spent $2,300, but 1,700 of his cars in track. What's that breakdown? Well, $772 is cars. Once again, do you need 35 cars? No. Resounding no. Emphatic no. Hell no. So yeah, 27,000 baht. It says dollars, but it's baht. $772 is all these freaking cars. I'm really glad I did this, other than the fact that it took me a month to do it. I mean, it took me a day, but it took me a month to sit down and take the day, because, for instance, I see that I paid $70.69 for the Lister, that cool one that has back haft and all that. It's a cool car. I like it. But I was effing crazy to pay $70 for a used Scalextric. As you'll see up on the top, I paid $50, I believe it is, US, for the Nighthawk, which is brand new, $56. Right there. You can see the MG Lola Nighthawk, which is a way better car than the Lister. Faster, quieter, new, for $56. So why I ever paid $70 for a used car, I should have my head examined. And the very first car I bought from because it was a Corvette from Action Slots, was the white L88, which I like the black, with the flames way better. $60. Once again, you can easily get a brand new Skillelectric's car for $60. So that was stupid on my part. I overpaid. I didn't really look at it. I've been here 3 years. I know it's 35 baht to $1, but a lot of times I'm lazy and don't do the math in my head. I should have looked at that 2,125 baht and said, no friggin' way. I want a Corvette, but I don't want one that bad. It's not worth $60. That's not including shipping, too. That's the price of the car. So that's where I feel I overpaid. Where I feel like I got some serious bargains. The Porsche, remember that was the second or third lightest car, right? The lightest car, not counting the F1s. I'm talking about the full body cars. Number one was that Marcos 600 LM. So that shot up in my estimation because it's so light and it still looks cool and it was fast and everything. And number two, I believe, was the Castrol livery Jaguar, right? I think that was 69.6 or something. And then the Porsche was like just under 70, 69.9. So for $15.43 US, I got a car that looks good. Remember, it cleaned right up. All the sticky crap came off. And it's light. So, yeah, I'm excited about that Porsche. I feel like that was as good a buy as the Corvette was a bad buy. The $50, $60 Corvette. The Chaparral 42, that's a kind of a classic car. Like I said, you're going to pay more for that. Obviously, it's not made anymore. And so there are people who collect these cars. I buy them to run them. I buy them because they look cool and I want to run them. Some people keep them in boxes and put them up on displays, and that kind of raises the price a little bit. 38.91 is kind of high for the Geneticas. Once again, that is a set car, so I should have paid less for that. The silver Audi, the Caddy, the Mercedes, those are all $30 to $35. That's about the going rate. I mean, that's when I pay 1,000 to 1,200 baht, $30 to $35. I'm okay for that, for a cool looking car with most of the parts on it that runs well. Doesn't need too much. I haven't done a whole lot of work to any of these, so I'm good with that. That to me is kind of the sweet spot, right? Like we had 75 to 85 grams with the weight and the weighing video. I feel like 30 to 35 bucks is a good price to pay. When I pay 15, I'm happy. When I pay 50, 60, 70, I'm not happy. I feel like I overpaid, especially for a used car. So yeah, there's the yellow Corvette, 20 bucks. I'm good with that. And I don't like C6s, C5, C7, C8. I like the C3s. And then my second favorite Corvette would be a C2, 63 to 67. But for 20 bucks, I'm happy I got a Vet. The lists are way too much, way too much. I promise you this, I will never pay 2,500 baht for a used car again. I know it for a fact now that I've done the spreadsheet. Charger for 36, Charger, god damn, I have a mental block. The Challenger for 36 bucks, I'm okay with. 42 is a little high for the Porsche. 41 is high for the Corvette, but I love it. So, whereas I don't like what I paid for the white L88, I'm okay, quote, overpaying 40 bucks for the black Corvette with the flames, because I really like that car. $24 for each of the F1s, I feel is a major score. I'm very happy getting those two cars. They run smooth, they run fast, they look cool. 25 bucks all day, all night. I will buy as many 800 baht used Skillelectric's cars as I can, because I think that's outstanding value. I feel too much for the Camaro. It's a cool car, but 58 is too much. Once again, that should have been in the 40s, and then I would have been okay with it because I really like the car, like I really like the black Corvette. The other Porsche 41, again, too high, just for a kind of regular Porsche. Nothing outstanding about it. That's the green and white Essex livery I just opened up. The Maserati, okay, 30 bucks, there you go. So I like the Maserati better than the Porsche simply because it was $11 cheaper for basically the same car. The black Jaguar, one of the lightest, remember, one of the smoothest running, right, quickest around the track, $27. See, that gets me excited. And the next one down, those two right there, like the F1s. When I see two cars for $27 that I really like the styling of and that are light and therefore probably really fast, once I get the bugs worked out of the Marcos from on the bench, yeah, all day, all night. That's what I love about buying from Action right there, is that I got two cars for $27 that run fantastic, look great, and then the parts car, the $17, more than the Porsche, but substantially less than the $30-40 for the other cars, for the rolling chassis Starsky and Hutch to use for my static model, right? The Mako Shark. I didn't do the dollar totals or anything on the others. These are, like I said, more for part two. Just part numbers, control tower, pit stop building, stuff like that. So this part of the spreadsheet with the track, the controllers, the miscellaneous parts, that's all going to go on part two, where I compare those same pieces that I can find on the Scalextrics website. So that's part one. Just give you an overview of what I put into the hobby. Have I spent more money than this, as I said up front? Absolutely. And I mentioned some of the bigger ticket items, including customs duty, which I didn't put in here. Now, for your situation, if you're on eBay in the United States and you live in the United States, shipping will be a lot less. If you live in the UK, shipping will be a lot less. Australia, I'm not familiar with how many dealers you have and the availability of used Scalextrics gear in Australia, so I can't speak to that, but I'm assuming it's similar to the US and UK, where there's a lot of people who bought those sets at one point and are now dumping them at pretty good prices. So, can you buy tires? Can you buy bearings? Can you buy, aftermarket tires? I'm assuming so, especially in a big town like Sydney, or if you're in the burbs of that, or shipping. But once again, I don't know. If you're from Australia, you can go ahead and comment on the video how available parts are and the prices and shipping. But I know it's less in the same country than it is here, with the ridiculous customs fees and the ridiculous shipping. So that's it. Finally, the one I've been promising for a long time. What do I have into the hobby? Call it $3,000 at this point. And that's all by choice. You don't need to spend $700 US on cars. I chose to because I love cars and I'm having fun. So, $100, buy a set, have fun, start there. You can always add more a little bit at a time later.